I don't know how far I can go with this. I'm going to try though.
I don't need God to tell me how to have sex.
So I'm going to be coming out of here changing some of my behavior, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to turn nasty. Nasty. Well, now you're getting personal. The relationship between husbands and wives has become pornography. The confusion about gender, it is not good. You're getting married because you're looking for love. You'll never have intimacy. Two things are killing marriages: love and sex.
I believe I have morality, but I'm not religious. But you're saying the only way to do it is through religion. I think you're setting me up for a trap.
The principles of Hasidic life are universal. You never attempt intimacy with the lights on.
Don't kill that one for me, please. But in your religion, they really, from what I understand, really cement the principle of to be happy and well with yourself before you can offer anything to anyone else.
But that means humility. How do you get well with yourself?
Mentally? I think, look, we're engineered to have more negative thoughts than positive ones. I think to try to outweigh those. I think
About yourself.
In general, any thoughts throughout the day. How many millions of thoughts go through our heads? What percentage are negative? So to be well and healthy, I think more positive. To be doing what you want to do with your life, that's a big one.
Yeah.
And to be physically healthy. The basics, Maslow's pyramid. But yeah,
it's a little off the subject, but it's very closely related. The only way to be okay with yourself is to get bored with yourself.
Yeah, silence, right?
Get bored. Enough already. Me. Okay, yeah.
But we're inherently selfish creatures.
No.
Yes. You don't think so?
That's a nasty slander of the human race.
Okay, let's take some examples. Look, whatever action you take, it sounds okay. So you're not you don't believe in libertarian values at all, so much. Libertarian is about the self. It's about the self.
I know. It's
right?
poison.
It's poison. But if you can't take care of your own oxygen mask first in the plane you're going down, you can't give to anyone else. You have to take care of yourself first.
So your argument just proved my point. The reason to put your mask on first
is to help.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not selfish.
Well, you're guaranteeing your survival over the person next to you. Their rate is limited because you're taking the oxygen first. No? I can't get out of that?
No.
Darn.
So what were we saying? A healthy person is not someone who has a high self-image.
Of course.
And it's certainly not someone with a low self-image.
Of course.
So
but let's say arrogance is the high.
Right.
But confidence, they should have confidence.
Yeah.
Without confidence, you can't accomplish anything.
Yeah. But confidence doesn't mean self-importance.
Mm-hmm.
It means capable. So the healthiest attitude towards self is boredom. Like somebody said, how do I know I'm ready to get married? You got a very simple test. When you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, if you're fascinated by what you see, don't get married.
You have to be self-critical at all times.
Not critical. Bored. I'm
never bored.
That's a good self-image. Because you're busy.
No, I can stay still. I've done 10-day meditations where there's nothing. I wasn't bored in that. It was hard, but I wasn't bored.
What were you doing? What were you trying to accomplish?
Well, for the first 3 days, our monkey minds are going thought to thought always, color to color, smell to smell. I want to remove all of that. And only by distilling my mind to that point where all of that's gone, can you reach this stillness and this so-called boredom. But even in that, I wasn't bored. You can pay attention to your breath for hours and get something out of it.
Not self-importance. If that's what you get out of it, you're going in the wrong direction.
What do you mean?
If focusing on your breath makes you more important to yourself?
No, focusing on your breath to remove, look, we're, like I said, even the Dalai Lama, has bad days, and I'm sure gets stressed out over things. So by removing all external distractions, and focusing on something like breath is very simple.
But what are you left with?
What are you left with? You're left. I saw I had like a psychedelic experience in that. Something interesting happened. It's a long story. But what are you left with when you have stillness? I think you appreciate things a lot more. Things could be elements, could be the sky, the sun, the color, the taste, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a materialistic thing. Well, what is the self?
The self is poison. It's like you must love yourself before you can love someone else. True?
I think you're setting me up for a trap, but yes, I would say true.
The only problem is no one needs to be told that. No one needs to be told to love themselves because they already love themselves way too much.
A lot of people don't, though. They might say they do, but they really don't. They do destructive things against themselves.
And they say they hate themselves. But they don't. They're obsessed with themselves. A simple example. This woman says, I hate myself. I want to die. So last night, did you roll out of bed while you were sleeping by accident? She says, no. I said, how come? Even when you're unconscious, you're taking care of yourself. So love is a tricky word. Do they love themselves? Do they enjoy? No. But they hate themselves because they're so important. We don't need to be told to love ourselves. We need to be told to share some of the love we have for ourselves.
Right?
That's the whole code of morality. You love yourself. Can you give it a little away?
Yeah.
You protect yourself. Can you protect someone else once in a while? So all your natural instincts are not meant for you. That is a huge lesson in life.
So you feel like you're a conduit? You're just taking this message from God and you're pushing it out basically to the world?
That's what kindness means. That's what generosity means. That's what charity means. That's everything.
Yeah. So until someone does that, they're not going to live a fulfilled life? I don't know the right word to use because I know I might get myself in trouble.
You're right. There's not that kind of contentment. Because as soon as you become self-conscious, you're uncomfortable. Even if you have a high self-image. But the fact that you're constantly aware, it's unnatural. So we're not built to be selfish. We're not.
So you think Hasidim brings out that principle?
Absolutely. Big
because
topic.
There's a very strict code of how to live by?
It's not strict. It's liberating.
Or outlined. Yeah. Okay.
But it's meant to liberate you from anxiety, self-awareness, love yourself, hate yourself. Get past all that. There's much more to life.
There is a lot less anxiety in culture in this neighborhood than San Francisco where I live.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Oh, yeah.
It can be felt at an energetic level.
Yes.
Communication's nonverbal mostly. You can feel it on the streets. So people can't become Hasidic who are not Jews. They just can't go.
No, you can't.
They can convert?
They don't have to convert. The principles of Hasidic life are universal.
I've heard different answers to that question, actually. So I think in the Hasidic community, there's a different...
Maybe.
It's not set in stone, right?
Right. There are different Hasidic philosophies.
Okay. So what are people supposed to do? If they're not, say, Hasidic Jew and they're not going to become Hasidic Jew, what are they... how do they navigate all these waters?
Replace the respect for marriage. Be more respectful to each other. And look for intimacy, not a performance.
That's simple.
You have to be Jewish.
You don't have to be Jewish.
No.
Okay, good. Because most of the world isn't, so.
Right.
Okay.
So the way we are raised, and it's not just for marriage or just for intimacy, the way we are raised is with the opinion that human beings are much more noble than we're given credit. For example, I would enjoy, and the average person, I enjoy making lunch for you a lot more than I make lunch for myself. For myself, it's drudgery. Got to eat something, so whatever, leftovers. But if I'm making lunch for you, there's much more pleasure in that.
So this contradicts, I'm going to go out on a limb here, this contradicts somewhat the American system, which is built around the individual.
Yes, looking out for number one. Remember that book?
But why, if America was founded off these principles?
It wasn't. It's
many
a recent development.
Why did people leave Europe? Because they didn't want people telling them what to do.
Because they wanted to practice their religion.
Sure.
Not indulge themselves.
And they wanted to realize who they could be in their lives. Whether that be a rabbi, whether that be whomever. Realize their full potential with less resistance.
Their full potential meant being of service to God, to the community. Mm-hmm. It didn't mean be the best you can be.
Well, you can't, unless you're serving people, then you're really pretty much insignificant.
That's true.
But to get to that, you have to be somewhat selfish. Tonight, I got to work on videos, and nothing else matters in my life.
What you're doing is the ultimate selflessness.
Huh.
You're getting so much pleasure from doing something for others. Why is that selfish? It's not selfish.
Well, everyone wants to be admired. That's just a human condition, right?
Yes. We want the perks.
Right.
But the real pleasure comes from what you're doing.
Yeah.
It hurts when you don't get recognized for it, but you're not doing it to be recognized.
Yeah, and I think that's a good, I don't know, you've been doing this your whole life, right? Your whole adult life? So you've been recognized forever. At a smaller scale now that you're on the internet, a larger scale, right?
But I have an interesting phenomenon. When I'm in pain, I got a headache, or I have a bad cold and I'm coughing, or I'm out of shape and I can't stand on my feet. Mm-hmm. Tell me there's somebody who wants me to talk for a group, all the pain goes away. Till after the speech, it comes back.
You get in that flow state, right? Okay.
So we are taught that study is extremely important. Why? Because then you can teach. Even studying is not for yourself. It's so that you can teach.
Do you mean by study just studying the book or studying your own life path? Like studying...
Everything.
Okay.
Knowledge, information, wisdom. Yeah. Very important. Because then you can share it.
Wisdom comes from experience, wouldn't you say? Okay.
Comes with age.
So one thing you were saying earlier that I think I got off topic, we were talking about the planes going down. I don't think I resolved that. I think I got confused and switched topics. But so the oxygen comes down. I'm saying it's if I'm not selfish, right? Well, unpack that. What you were saying exactly. I'm trying to say that we're inherently selfish to some degree, and you're saying not.
No.
But,
it's the same as study so that you can teach. First, you get smart. But why? Not just for yourself, so that you can teach. Get your oxygen on so that you can be useful to others. Get yourself healthy so that you can turn your attention to others. Because when you're not healthy, you're obsessed with yourself.
So would you look at a guy like Steve Jobs or Sergey Brin of Google? Would you look at these people would you idolize these people? Would you say they...
That's a bad word to use.
Not idolize, yeah, bad word. Okay. Would you give respect for what they've created and what they've done?
What they've done is fantastic. What kind of people they are, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll reserve judgment on that one. I think they started off very idealistic. Are they still? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I just hear it's interesting. We both use YouTube. Thank God for that platform.
Oh, yeah.
changed my life.
Mm.
Probably changed yours.
And many others.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there is a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal. It's questions and answers. It's conversation. It's really relaxed. It's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program. There's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us. Take a look. Click the link below and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.